Hello, Year 3, and here is your next maths lesson. This is lesson number 5. Okay, there's the screen. So if you'd like to do today's date and the WALT, our last maths lesson before we come back to school tomorrow. So the WALT today is to interpret data in a table. So you've been constructing bar charts and pictograms and interpreting the information from them. And today we are looking at tables. So just pause the recording while you do the date and WALT. Okay, so here's a little recap of what you were doing last time. So Colin has constructed these bar charts. Which one is correct? Little clue there, look at the scales and the bars to help. So here's the table of information over here. So we've got number of people and some different colours and how many people liked those colours. So let's have a look at A. So we've got our colours along the bottom and our scale of the number of people up the side. So we're looking for red to be 6, blue to be 8, green to be 4, and yellow to be 2. So let's have a look at this one. So red has gone up to somewhere between 2 and 4, halfway between 2 and 4. So halfway between 2 and 4 would be 3. Is red 3? No, it's 6. Let's just check blue. Blue should be 8, and that is level with 4. So I think we can safely say it's not A. Let's have a look at B. So red is going halfway between 4 and 8, a slightly different scale on this one. So it's going up in 4s. So what's halfway between 4 and 8? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, that would be 6. So that's looking quite good. Let's check blue. Blue should be 8, and that's definitely level with 8. Green should be 4, and that's definitely level with 4. And yellow should be 2, and that's halfway between 0 and 4. So halfway between 0 and 4 would be 2. So I think we can definitely say it's B. Let's just check on C. A very different scale again here. So it's going up in 6s, 6, 12. And red is already not showing 6. So it definitely couldn't be C. So well done if you said B. Okay, so today we are looking at tables, the tables of information where we get the data that we can use to put in our pictograms and our bar charts. So the question here, in which subject do we already use a lot of tables? Where do we fill in a lot of information? What's hiding behind my smiley faces? Hopefully you said it's science. Yes, we fill in a lot of information in tables in science. And here's Coco giving us a little clue of what we should hear and say today. A table uses rows and columns to categorize information. Okay, categorize just means sort it out, really. And we put that in a table and it has to go into rows and columns. So let's just check we understand what that means. So here is a table. You might call this a two-way table because it goes 2 ways. So there's Coco again, giving us our clue. We need to use rows and columns to categorize information. So the rows are the ones that go across, and the columns are the ones that go up and down. And normally at the top of each column, you would have a heading, and at the start of each row, you would have a heading as well, so that you know what's in that row or what is in that column. Okay, so here's a question. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Could we put that information into a table? Well, I've gathered some of that information and we've got 2 different tables here. Can you spot the difference between them? And why is the second one maybe got more information in it? Okay, so here are some tables of flavors of ice cream. This one is for Key Stage 1 and this one is for Key Stage 2. What's better about the second table? Well, hopefully you can see in the second table, there's more information. In the Key Stage 1 table, it's just everybody together. But in the Key Stage 2 table, it's been split into boys and girls. So we get more information. So if you look at Key Stage 1 table, you could just say, well, 15 children like chocolate ice cream. But in Key Stage 2, that's been split to show us that actually 9 boys like chocolate ice cream and 6 girls like chocolate ice cream. Okay, so there's more information in this table here because we've got more columns. And there are Coco and Colin again, talking about the row headings and the column headings. So the rows here are the different flavors of ice cream, chocolate, vanilla, and so on. And the columns are boys and girls. So what extra information can we interpret from the second table? Can you work out how many boys there are all together? How many girls are there all together? How would we work out that information? We couldn't from the Key Stage 1 table because it's all been lumped together. But if we look at the Key Stage 2 table, how many boys have been asked about their favourite ice creams? Well, you would just add all of these numbers up. So we'd have 9 and 3 and 1 and 2. Well, I'm going to put the 9 and 1 together because that makes a nice pair to 10. Then 13 and 2 more would be 15. So 15 boys have been asked in this survey. And how many girls? Well, I've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15 again. So a nice even split in that class, I think, of 15 boys and 15 girls. Oh, here's another question. How many more boys liked strawberry than girls? So I'm going to be needing to look at my strawberry row. That's the row there, labelled strawberry, but also look at the 2 columns for boys and girls. Well, we can easily see that 3 boys liked strawberry and 1 girl liked strawberry. So the answer is 2, isn't it? 2 more boys than girls liked strawberry. Okay, here's a slightly different table. Colin spoke to 6 children in Key Stage 2 and recorded all of the sports that they liked to play. He thinks that girls play more sports than boys. Do you agree? And why? So here we've got the children across the top: Lottie, John, Chris, Anne, Joanne, and Jack. And we've got the row headings down the side of football, rugby, tennis, cricket, and basketball. This table is slightly different because we've just got ticks to show whether they liked it or not, but it's still a table. So we can see here that Lottie liked football and tennis. John liked tennis and basketball. Chris, he likes a lot of sports: football, rugby, cricket, and basketball. Anne likes football, tennis, and basketball. Joanne likes rugby and cricket. And Jack likes football and tennis and basketball. Okay, so that's all the information in the table. But Colin thinks that girls play more sports than boys. Do you agree? Okay, so what I think I want to do for this one is to look at each column. So for each of the children, and maybe just say how many sports they have chosen. So let's have a look at Lottie. So she's got 2 ticks. John has got 2. Chris has got 4. Anne has got 3. Joanna's got 2. And Jack has got 3. Okay, so now if we add up how many the girls liked, so Lottie's, that's 2. And 3 is 5. And 2 more is 7. Okay, so let me just check that. So Lottie was 2, Anne was 3, and Joanne was 2. So that's 7 sports for the girls. And let's just check the boys. So John was 2, Chris was 4, so that's 6. And Jack was 3, so that was 9 altogether. Okay, so Colin thinks that girls play more sports than boys. No, I don't agree with you, Colin. I think boys play more sports than girls. Obviously, this is a made-up table. So is just a slightly different table, just a different way of interpreting the information. Looking at those column headings, looking at the row headings, and making sure you understand the information that is in there. Okay, so here's some questions about this table here. So, oh, looks like it's back to ice cream again. So we've got our flavors down the side: vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, mint, and raspberry. And again, it's been split into boys and girls. So we've got 4 questions to have a look at here. You might like to just pause the recording and have a go at those 4 questions. And then when you're ready, we'll go through them. Okay, let's check these. So how many boys chose raspberry? So I need to be finding raspberry here. So I'm looking at my raspberry row, but I only need to look at the boys column. So where those 2 meet, raspberry and boys, how many boys chose raspberry? That would be 7. How many more boys chose vanilla than mint? So again, I'm only needing to look at the boys column, and I need 2 bits of information for this one. So I need how many chose vanilla and how many chose mint. So vanilla is 23 and mint is 15. So it's 15 and 23. What am I going to do with those 2 numbers? What do I do with that information? So vanilla was 23, mint was 15. How many more boys chose vanilla than mint? So I need to find the difference between 15 and 23. So I could count on from 15 to 23, or I could do 23 subtract 15. So I might do 15 add 5 would take me up to 20, and then 3 more would take me up to 23. So the difference between them would be 8. So how many more boys chose vanilla than mint? The answer would be 8. How many children chose strawberry? So here's strawberry. How many children? So that's both boys and girls, isn't it? Not just one of the columns. So the strawberry row is 14 and 9. 14 add 9 is 23. Colin thinks 63 children voted. How do you know he is wrong? Okay, so we need to prove this really, don't we? So 63, I think that sounds a bit low to me. So let's have a look. So boys, we've got 23 and 19 and 14 and 15 and 7. So 23 and 19, well, I'm going to think that 23 add 19. I'm going to think of 19 as being 20. So 23 add 20 is 43. But then I need to do my little adjustment, don't we? So that would be 42. Add 14 would be 56. Add 15, and I haven't even done the girls yet. I think Colin is way off with his calculation there, isn't he? If you look at the girls, again, you've got 16 liking vanilla and 21 liking chocolate. That's 37 before you've even considered any of the boys here. So I think Colin hasn't been very good at his addition there for adding up how many children voted altogether. So if you wanted to do the calculation, you would need to add up the total for the boys, the total for the girls, and then put those 2 amounts together. Okay, so add up all of the boys, add up all of the girls, and then add up those 2 totals. And I'm pretty sure that's going to come to a lot more than 63. Maybe you could tell me your answer if you send in this work. Okay, so here's your do it for today. This is on your daily planner as well. So again, I think there's one of the words has been missed out from here. So we've got colours here, some favourite colours for boys and girls. So we've got our colours here, blue, red, black and green. Our columns are girls and boys. How many boys like blue? So we're looking for boys and blue. How many children read? I think it probably means how many children like red. So we need to be looking at boys and girls. How many more like blue than green? So you need to look at blue and green for that. And how many children were asked? So you need to add up all of the total of boys and girls together. For your Go Deep and Go Deeper today, Coco thinks that 5 girls like blue. Explain why she is incorrect. Okay, use that information in the table. That's a nice simple Go Deep, I think, today. Make sure you prove it, make sure you give some evidence, and make sure you say what the correct answer should be. And then for your Go Deeper, I know some of you enjoyed doing these ones the other day. The table is about favourite sports today. Label what the sports could be. So you need to think of 4 sports, and then write 3 statements and ask 3 questions. So give 3 pieces of information that you can interpret from the table, and then ask 3 questions. Okay, thank you everybody. I hope you enjoyed the maths today, and we're really looking forward to getting back to one more maths lesson in the classroom. Bye for now.